Alice claimed her space because she needed to be a writer. It saved her life in many regards.
Intrinsic in her writing is that part of her as a citizen of the world, a woman of the world, and an activist.
Hi, my name is Imani McAfee, and this is my multicultural project. I decided to do my project on Alice Walker. I know many of you probably don't know who she is, so let me just give you a little background on Alice. Alice Walker was born on February 9th, 1944 in Edenton, Georgia. The youngest daughter of sharecroppers, she grew up poor with her mother working as a maid to help support the family's 8 children. At the age of 8 years old, Walker was shot in her right eye with a BB pellet while playing with her 2 brothers and lost her vision in one of the eyes. After this incident, Alice became shy and timid. She withdrew herself from the world and began to read and write poetry to ease her pain. In spite of the past trauma, Alice was determined to succeed and graduate from high school. She ended her high school year as her class valedictorian. She was awarded a scholarship which helped her be able to attend Spelman College in Atlanta. She later switched to Sarah Lawrence College in New York. She graduated in 1965, the same year she published her first short story. After college, Walker worked as a social worker, teacher, and lecturer. She became active in the civil rights movement, fighting for equality for all African Americans. Alice Walker is an African American novelist and poet most famous for authoring The Color Purple. In 1983, The Color Purple won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction and soon was adapted by the big screen by Steven Spielberg. Above me are some of the books that Alice Walker has written. The Color Purple tells the story of 4 black women in the early 1900s that suffer from rape, incest, racism, separation, and domestic abuse, all while enduring poverty. The main character is a young woman named Miss Celie, whose innocence was stolen by a man she's known all her life to be her father. Here we have Nettie, who is Celie's younger sister, and she's intelligent and pretty. We have Mr. Mr. asked for Nettie's hand in marriage, but her father disagreed and he offered to give him Celie instead. Unfortunately, that's not who he wanted, but beggars can't be choosers. So he took Celie as his wife. Mr. is horrible. He is selfish. He's disgusting. He's evil. He's just a bad soul, all in all, to me. Then we have Sophia. Sophia is married to Mr.'s son, Harpo, and she's loving, she's caring, but she is strong and she's a fighter. She's fought all her life and all she wants to do is be accepted and loved, just as much as she gives people love. Then we have Shug Avery. So Shug Avery is a singer. She is Mr.'s mistress. She was disowned by her father for singing worldly music, and he decided he no longer wanted her in his life because she was a sinner. So back in that day, it's either you're a Christian or you believe in God, or if you don't, you go to hell. That's just what it is at that time. So those are a few of the main characters. Throughout the movie, these women were faced with many painful losses. They were not protected by the government, the men in their family, or close relatives, which we see in today's society. In the next section in this project, I will compare what happened to the women in the Color Purple movie to what's happening to the women in today's society. So the clip you just seen was a 26-year-old man, bus driver, who sexually abused, raped a 14-year-old girl and drugged her His consequences were 10 years of probation. That's not consequences. That is getting off scot-free. It reminds me of Celie. Celie was raped repeatedly by her stepfather. She later learned that was not her biological father. She had 2 children, a boy and a girl, by him that were born deaf. And he sold each child. It's sad and it's sickening. But in today's society, we see the same, similar things. And the government has no repercussions for their actions. They allow the people to just go scot-free. So I also want to talk about Sophia. Sophia was physically abused by her brother and her father in the household. She had to fight all her life.
You told Harpo to beat me. All my life I had to fight. I had to fight my daddy. I had to fight my uncles. I had to fight my brothers. Girl child ain't safe in a family man's. But I ain't never thought I had to fight in my own house. I loves Harpo. God knows I do. But I kill him dead before I let him beat me.
Gender roles that's being played. If you are a man, you are in control. You are to beat, the woman if she doesn't listen. The woman is beneath you, not above you or on the side of you. You are below. Lastly, Celie. Celie, it wasn't just a random person she was being raped by. It was incest by her father, her stepfather. That's disgusting. In 2019, Alabama has passed a law that states any abortion, even if it's incest or rape, that is illegal. That is taking the rights away from women.
This bill is not about pro-life or the right to life. This bill is about control. People are going to have abortion. The problem is it's going to always be unsafe, inaccessible for those people who have lesser means. We all know about the back alleys, the basements. People will try going online now. How you can mix a concoction to have an abortion.
But why you all want to control our bodies, I will never, ever know. You all are always trying to put the laws on us. I want you all to vote for this one so we can have some equality about this thing, okay? Mr. President, I offer this amendment.
All right, Secretary Reed received the
long
amendment.
roll call vote. I saved the best for last.
Amendment to House Bill 314 by Senator Figures. On page 8, after line 15, insert the following new subsections C and D. C, a man who has a vasectomy shall be guilty of a Class A felony. D, a man who attempts to have a vasectomy shall be guilty of a Class C felony.
Urge you to vote no, members.
Using